All right, welcome back to my channel. This is Wilson State Park. This is where I started out. It was a beautiful lake day and I thoroughly enjoyed myself. This is a beautiful surprise, but it went from this to about to this in about 3 hours. All right, so I am obviously under some shade right now, and this is my first stop, and I am starving Marvin, so I am going to fix me a little salad that I brought with some tuna and egg and some guacamole, some peppers. But anyway, little story behind this spot. So the first time that, I say the first time like I've been to Yellowstone 50 times, I wish. First time I went there, we stopped here. Obviously it's on the way. We're from Oklahoma, and so coming up to Kansas. And everyone from Oklahoma like hates Kansas for like, oh, it's so flat and it's boring to drive through and there's boats going by. So this was a huge surprise, and we were driving at night, so we can't really see. We'd never been here. We kind of pulled in, and it was one of those things, like it was pitch black, and we were sitting in our tent up in the dark, and in the morning, like, it was such a beautiful surprise. This place is freaking awesome, and like a lot of awesome places, I don't even want to tell you about them because I want to keep everything a secret to myself. And this is so cool. And I actually, it was funny, wish I could remember her name. There was a YouTuber, I just discovered her account. Anyway, long story short, she was, oh, there's a big old fish flop. She was talking about this place, and I was like happy that like she found it, 'cause she had the place to herself, and she's like, this is a hidden gem, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, heck yeah, girl. So anyway, this whole trip that I'm doing, I'm actually headed to Colorado to do some cell tower inspections. And if I can get this off. Obviously this is on the way. It's Kansas, and I was cutting up, and I wasn't gonna stay here tonight, but now I'm kind of like wondering if I should change my mind. But anyway, yeah, there's another spot down the road that I was just gonna stay at to kind of like go a little bit further instead of waking up and having to drive another 5 hours. But nonetheless, I'm obviously going to definitely join it's the absolute perfect day. It's 80 degrees, sun shiny, like there's hardly any wind. I should have brought my dang swimsuit. I don't even know if the water's like still freezing or not. But there's a little swim beach over here. I mean, it's just like your typical gorgeous lake day. My day, however, started off a little crazier. My alarm, I don't know if it didn't go off or I had the silent on or whatever. Anyway, long story short, 3 hours behind from, like, I was supposed to leave at 3 a.m. I wanted to get to Colorado because I wasn't sure where I was going to be staying, blah, blah, blah. 3 hours late, and then an hour and a half into my drive, I was getting low on gas, and I was looking for my wallet, and I realized that it wasn't in the normal spot that I keep it at, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Pulled over, searched the car, searched the bags, no wallet. And what's dumb about it is that the night before, I am notorious for leaving my keys and my wallet behind. And I remember picking up my wallet and my glasses and thinking, go put this in the car right now or else you're going to forget about it. And apparently I did, because drove all the way back home for another hour and a half, got something to eat, and I was like, I'm going to look again in the car because it wasn't anywhere in the house where I thought it might be. And I was like, oh my God, what's going on? I've lost my wallet. There goes another fish. Found my wallet in the freaking car the whole time. Like the one bag I didn't freaking check, you know? I should have known, because I was like, then with like a bunch of food stuff. So I was like, anyway, moral of the story, crap start this morning, so to speak. But you know, this is a little taste of what I've been wanting to do as far as adventuring and traveling. And then I've always said if it were just me, I would have been gone yesteryear. You know, like if it were just me, I would sell all my stuff and just go travel. But I've got more considerations and so on and so forth. But with this job, you know, being able to travel and make money on the road, but yet just like this, where I've got time to go stay at a beautiful park and have lunch, you know. And so with, you know, crappy things that are going to come along, whether it's like car trouble or things going wrong, I mean, it's a given that those things are going to be part of it. And I'm not a person who likes to be uncomfortable. I don't know a lot of people who do, but I feel like honestly some people handle it better than I do. But yeah, so this is the beginning, and this is part of why I'm wanting to document the journey. There's so many people that I follow on YouTube who have completely inspired me. I've learned so much from them. And the reason that I'm hesitant is like, I always feel like, well, who wants to watch me go do cell tower inspections, or who cares about my life, that sort of thing. And I encourage anyone who's watching this thinking the same thing. Maybe you've thought about starting a channel, or, you know, whatever it is. Man, put it out there. There's so many people who can benefit from your story and the things that you share. And I'm so grateful for all the people that have like done probably way cooler stuff than I'm ever going to talk about or show. So anyway, I'm going to eat my lunch here, and I will show you guys the rest of the park here in a little bit. Bye. So as you can see, starting out, it was gorgeous. And it was such a nice surprise to be there on the lake, and just your typical perfect lake day. And here I'm finding trails that I didn't know were there. I kind of judged them along the way before I started, and I didn't know that they were there or existed. But just looking back on this whole trip, it was crazy. I was headed up to Colorado to fly cell towers, and that is what I do for a living. And so this was my first pit stop, and it was a great start to my, you know, whole trip that I was doing up to Colorado to go do cell towers. So little did I know, my plan was to camp at a little spot, maybe like 3 hours away, or I don't remember how long it was, but it was just up the road. It wasn't that long. And man, I got served on this trip. It's a trip I will never forget, just because of the weather, and I was all by myself and absolutely scared for my life in my car. Ooh, man. I'm from Oklahoma, but my goodness. So anyway, I'm just going to let this play and continue, and you can watch and see the views that I had, and you can see how nice the weather was. I absolutely enjoyed myself, and I definitely will go back to Wilson State Park. I absolutely love it there. But I wanted this to be part one to just kind of paint the picture of what my day was like before the, you know what, hit the fan. Tons of fly thingies out here. So I am out here on Dakota Trail, which is phenomenal, by the way. It was kind of funny because the trailhead at the beginning, I was like, well, this is going to be a boring trail, which I don't know why I even judged it. Like, I even knew what I was talking about. But I wanted to stop for a minute and just, like, I had a moment of trying to hurry on this trail. I mean, obviously I'm stopping and like taking pictures and taking in the beauty. Believe me, I am definitely doing that. But I caught myself in this sense of urgency for no reason. And I don't know if it's because like I'm on a work trip and I know I've got to be somewhere tomorrow, but I'm either going to camp here tonight or camp up the street, one of the two. And I don't have to be anywhere till like 8 in the morning. So there's literally no reason for me to be rushing, but I just thought it was funny because I feel like because of our lifestyle and, you know, how we are in the everyday grind, it's sometimes hard to slow down and stop and smell the roses, as cliche as that is. And I don't want to go all deep here, but like I caught myself, and I feel like sometimes we don't even catch ourselves doing that. And I always say, like, awareness is the first key, and I just had to stop for a second and remind myself to slow down, like there's nowhere else to be right now. Anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the trail.